Time is one thing that you cannot waste in advance. It won't matter much how much time you have wasted until yesterday if you plan your tomorrow better. Now with this thought and energy in mind, let's move forward in this video where we are going to cover 7 simple steps or 7 effective techniques that will help you to manage your time better and improve your productivity. Now this productivity improvement and time management is very important in this current situation where we are sitting in lockdown, we are working virtually, we are studying virtually through online sessions, and there is an ample number of room for us to waste our time and manage our time. Now the choice is yours. If you want to manage your time well, improve your productivity, give your 100% and get the best out of your remote working and studying situations, then do watch the video till the end and like and subscribe to the channel. So let's start with our first technique, which is creating a to-do and a not to-do list. Now creating a to-do list sounds very simple, and it actually is, but there are ways in which you can make it smarter and more effective. Now the technique that I follow is, there is a saying that you eat a live frog right in the morning. What it means is that the big ticket items that you have to accomplish in the day, you pick those items first and you complete them in the first quarter of your day, in the first 2 or 3 hours. Now when you target the big ticket items and you accomplish them in the first quarter, it gives you a sense of accomplishment and your entire day goes smoother. This technique definitely works well with me and you can try that as well. Now the second part is creating a not to do list also. This seems a little unconventional from the lists that we have on our desks every day, and hardly few people maintain a not to do list. But in this era where we have multiple things piling on to us, there are a lot of things that we have to strike off from our list, on a day-to-day basis. For example, we have a habit of checking our phone right in the morning, spending a lot of time on social media, WhatsApp, and chatting with our friends right in the morning. Now the morning time is something where you should focus on yourself. That is the time which you should give it to you, like do a good workout, eat a healthy breakfast, watch something useful, read a book for 15-20 minutes, and spend some time on you. Now the second step, perform a monthly review of yourself, means evaluate your previous month's performance. How can you do that? I'll give you a 4-step process where you can categorize your entire month into 4 categories. First one, wins. Write down the goals and the tasks that you have accomplished or wherever you have made very good progress. Enablers, the things that led you to achieve your goals and do that tick in the box. Okay, what things led you to achieve your goals, and how did you make such a good progress on a certain task? List it down. Third, misses, the tasks where you were not able to make the desired progress. Okay. The fourth one and the crucial one is learnings. What are your key learnings from your wins and the misses from the previous month? Right? You need to list that down and analyze and work on them so that you can plan your next month or next day better. Okay. Now the third technique is minimize the distractions. This is very easy, and yet a lot of people are not able to do that, and sometimes including me. We get distracted by a lot of things. Most of the times we are distracted by the notifications on our cell phone. Okay, while we are working, we are focused on a certain task, our notification bell rings and I pick up my phone and I start browsing through the notifications. I open Facebook or Instagram and I keep going through the news feed, and then I get distracted for say 10-15 minutes and I lose my focus. Now if I was working on an important task and suddenly I shift my focus from that task to my phone, then it becomes difficult to regain that focus. Although I'll be able to complete that task when I'm switching it back, but who knows that how much productivity or how much effect that I'm able to make. So all I'm saying that when you're working on an important task, you need to be in a tight bubble of focus. Okay, remove all the distractions. Turn off your notifications, keep your phone silent for a couple of hours, be in a separate space, separate corner where there are no distractions. If you want to use a headphone, you use the headphones and just maintain the focus on your task, nothing else. Then you see a difference in the output that you generate, be it the test that you have to write and you have to prepare for that a night in advance, or be it a presentation that you have to give, or any task that you have to accomplish. Just follow this technique where you minimize the distractions and you just maintain a very tight focus on the task at hand. Okay. Now the fourth technique is set a designated work or a learning space for yourself. Now I understand that for few people who live in joint families, it becomes difficult to get a separate room for your study or for your work, but you can still have a dedicated space in your room where you can work or study throughout the day. Okay. Keep that space organized and make it dedicated just for your work. Now it's a very tiny thing which seems like that it may not make a huge impact, but trust me, the day I had in the initial days of lockdown, where I used to sit anywhere in the house, be it sofa, be it bed, and sometimes while making tea in the kitchen, I realized that if I have a designated space, it makes a lot of difference. And I know that when I'm sitting on that space, all I have to do is work, nothing else. So this helps you to accomplish your third point, which is minimizing the distractions. Okay. The next technique to improve productivity is switch off on time. Turn your laptops off on time. Do not burn out yourself by spending extra hours just because of the fact that you are working or studying from home. Now, we are 1 year into this pandemic and this lockdown situation where we are working or studying virtually. And we all know that initially it was a difficult situation for the companies, the employees, the schools, the teachers and the students, wherein we had to adjust to this particular situation, and hence we were taking some additional time to complete our task. But now we have the required infrastructure. A lot of schools, the companies, they have made sure that we have the required infrastructure to perform the jobs as efficiently as we were working from office, right? So now it doesn't mean that you're just working from home and you're saving say a couple of hours on your travel to and from the office or the school or the college where you are, and you spend that extra hour which you're saving on your work. Now again, it's a choice, right? So if you want to achieve something more and you think that you spending more time at your respective jobs or classes will help you achieve that, then by all means do that. But I'm saying that it should not become a mandate or a factor to judge someone's performance only because of the fact that now people, they have started spending more time on their respective jobs, right? So if we are saving on commute and we are getting some additional time to work on ourselves, we should use that to either learn a new skill, relax ourselves, or spend some time with our loved ones, right? Don't burn yourself out. Do not expect your employees to burn themselves out just because of the fact that we are working from home and we have some extra time available. Okay. Now the next technique is dress up and look presentable. Okay, now you must be wondering how this technique will help you to increase the productivity. It is a proven fact, and you can use this technique tomorrow and see the difference if you are not following it already. Okay, so all I'm saying that while we are working from home, we are studying from home, we need to follow a practice of dressing up, taking a shower every day, dressing up and look presentable, and we should feel like that yes, it's a work day, we are going to school or we are going to office. Now I'm not asking you to wear your school or college uniforms or wear a very formal tie and then sit in front of your computers. I'm not saying that. Again, it's your choice. If you feel comfortable in that, please do that, right? So we are supposed to attend different meetings, we are to connect with our colleagues, our classmates, our bosses, our teachers. So at least we should look presentable while we turn on our camera, right? So just make sure that you look presentable and don't look clumsy during your work days. So guys, the last technique to improve the productivity is stop multitasking. Now a lot of you must be thinking, oh my god, what is it saying? Stop multitasking. Multitasking is a thing, strength which I have been showcasing in my resume throughout my life. An interviewer asked me that what is my strength? I say I am a multitasker. Right? So guys, I'm not saying that being a multitasker is a bad thing or performing multiple tasks is a bad thing, but performing multiple tasks at the same time will definitely reduce your productivity. Right? We talked about, right? We need to be in a tight bubble focus when we are working on something important. And when you are working on 5 different things at the same time, it will cause distraction. Right? So focus on one task at a time and give your 100%, and then you see the difference in the results that you achieve. Okay. So thanks for sticking around till the end of the video, and I hope you like the content. If you like it, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and keep watching this space for the future videos. Thank you, and be safe.